Hey everybody, I'm C. Andrew Nelson, founder of Aquatasy, and Aquatasy is live. We are splashing into the new year. How's everybody doing? I hope that the holidays have been good to you so far this year. We're almost done. We're almost done with this wretched 2020. It hasn't been completely awful, but it hasn't been the best of years. But we are almost through. We're going to make it through this fine, and I'm just delighted that you could join us here today. I got all dressed up for you and everything. How about that? So today we're just going to talk a little bit about what the year was like that we just went through and what we're hoping for the coming year. I'll talk to you about some of the upcoming Aquatasy projects and some other projects that I'm doing outside of Aquatasy. And we'll take some questions from you. We'll do a little, question and answer like we always do. So I'm just hope you're doing well. How's everybody? Let's see what we got here. Let's bring up the chat. And oh my gosh, look at that. There's people here in the chat. Look at this. That's fantastic. Thank you all for joining me here on New Year's Eve. It's like I said, it's been a crazy year. A lot of us are still under lockdown because of the global health crisis, the COOF, as it were. It gets a lot of different names because YouTube's still demonetizing if you say the certain word. So we'll just say the COOF or the beer bug or the lager lurgy or the make up a name for it. But happy to be here. Who do we have here? Shelly is here. Hello, Shelly. Shelly Bradley, glad to see you. Aaron Wells, nice to see you, Aaron. We've got Susan Stewart here. Wonderful. Cichlids23, great to see you. Look at this, round up the usual suspects. And Jerry Cornell, Lumpy Dog is here. Happy New Year to you, Lumpy Dog. So, this is wonderful. Thank you all for joining me. We're also going to have a couple of giveaways during this. So, but first, how are you doing? Have you made it through the year safely? Are you doing all right? What are you doing to celebrate New Year's? Where are you in the world right now? We're doing this to coincide with so that we'll end this live stream at about midnight on the East Coast on Eastern time. I'm over here on the West Coast, Pacific time. So it'll be 9 o'clock when I finish this thing for me. It'll be 12 o'clock on the East Coast. I'm doing that so that my wife doesn't get upset about, why are you live streaming when you should be with your family at midnight? So that's what I'm doing, see? Happy wife, happy life. So, so that's what we're doing right now. And speaking of my wife, she just walked in. So, and wait, here she comes. Here she is. It's the missus. How are you? All right, I'll move that so you can see. There she is. Okay. So, and that was enough to send her packing. How about that? But anyway, we're gonna enjoy the last little bit of this wretched year, and we're going to move into the next year, which hopefully is going to be a good year. Now, there may be a couple of interruptions here and there in this live stream because one thing that has happened is that there's been a cat adoption. Not that we've adopted a cat, but a cat has adopted us. And she may come wandering in. She's the neighborhood cat, and she may just come wandering in the middle of this live stream. It's been ridiculously cold here in the San Francisco Bay Area. And, I mean, on the East Coast, because we're doing this on East Coast time, right? It's been ridiculously cold here in the San Francisco Bay Area. And so we've been letting the cat come into the fabulous Aquatasy studios, a.k.a. the former garage, so that she's not out in the cold. But she's very much has her claws into us and into our hearts. So she may come in from now and again during this broadcast. So we'll see. Anyway, let's go to your chat for a moment here, and then we'll talk more about what we're talking about. I want to get caught up on some of the stuff that's going on here. Cyclist23 says, "Live it up, time flies. I blinked and I'm 48 now." Yeah. I hear you. add 10 to that, and I must have blinked a little extra. So, Aaron Wells says, Star Wars is a good show. Yes, it is. And I spent a great portion of my my career helping make that good show. So I'm very blessed in that sense. Let's see here. Jerry says that he and his grandson are watching. Okay. Hi, Ethan. How you doing out there? Happy New Year to you, Ethan. And JIP Pal is here. Hello there. Nice to see you. So we've got Lumpy Dog says he's out in Michigan. We've got what else we got? Oh, Muppet 929 is here. Good to see you. And we got people all over the place here. Down in Alabama. Susan's down in Alabama. Wonderful. Okay. Hey, Maine's Tails Fur and Fins is here. Hello. They say, how are you? I'm glad I found another fishy person. Yes, I am definitely a fishy person. In fact, I was even messing with the fish tanks just before this started. In fact, hold on just one moment here. In fact, I was messing with this fish tank right there. Yes, I've gone and redone this fish tank. I've done a rescape on this. In fact, we'll go ahead and talk about that now. That's one of the things that happened recently. One of the other horrible things that happened during 2020 was that tank went belly up. I was out of the state. This was back in summer. I was out of the state doing an appearance and a signing down in Texas, and while I was gone, the filter conked out. And I didn't know it, and my family didn't know it, and it wasn't until I got back home that I realized that things had gone foul, and the biological filtration stopped because all the beneficial bacteria had died off, and it just became a death trap. And I did actually lose a couple of fish, my zebra danios that I had in there, and I moved. In fact, if you can go back, you can see some of the videos. You've seen this tank before in some of the videos there, but had a different, completely different aquascape to it back then. It was more along the lines of, I tried to get it to look as large as I could, even though it was a small 5.5 gallon tank. Well, I've redone it, did a completely different rescape, because when I pulled the spiderwood out of there, spiderwood doesn't really last. I mean, it looks beautiful in a tank. It looks really beautiful, but it doesn't have a lot of staying power. It lasts maybe 3-4 years before it starts to deteriorate, because it's very small, thin wood, and it started to crumble on me. So I thought, well, I got to do something else. Got to do something. Well, I always have more wood somewhere in the house. That's my big weakness, my kryptonite. You may have seen that video when I talked about driftwood being my kryptonite. I actually have a lot of wood stockpiled here for aquascaping purposes. So when I find something, I just can't pass it up. So I've got a lot of it. So I thought, well, I got to use some of this, and I thought, well, let's do a different look. Let's do something that looks like you're right down in the middle of a creek bed. I'm not going to try to make it look like a big scape in a small tank. Let's make it just a slice of a creek somewhere. And so that's kind of what I did. But just for you tonight, we have, if I can remember where I put it. There we go. We've got tank cam. How about that? A little extra thing for you there, a little tank cam. So there's a nice close-up of it. So I did a survey on the community page of Aquatasy here on YouTube. And if you don't go to the community page, you really should check it out, because I do post things every so often there. I'll post polls and funny little things. I'll send links to other channels and other videos that I think you guys ought to check out. But I did a poll, a little survey. I said, well, if I'm going to rescape this, maybe I'll theme it around a different country. And you know me, I like to do these things where I will scape something around, I'll theme it around a particular country. Like I have the Thailand project over there on that side. I've got my 20-gallon tank has been rescaped, and it's going to be it's rethemed to Brazil project. So it's all the fish and the plants and the invertebrates are all from Brazil. Well, I wanted to do the same thing with this. Well, I can point up there now, can't I? And I thought, well, what country? And I did a survey. The one of the choices was Peru, and that got the most votes, but that's not what I went with. I'm sorry. The second favorite was Colombia, the country of Colombia. The reason I chose Colombia is because I can get more really tiny fish from Colombia to go in this really tiny tank. So I can actually have more fish that way. And also I liked of the fish that would go into a tank this size and make a nice community. I thought that they would actually, the ones that were available from Colombia, they had a color scheme that kind of went together better as far as I was concerned. And so that's what it's going to be. This is going to be the Colombian Creek project here. So that's what that is. So there's a little preview of that. Let's go back to the chat here before I get too far behind. And everybody talking back and forth to each other. Punchy's here. Hello, Punchy. And Aquarium Cop is here. Hello there. Don't put me under arrest, please. But yeah, it's been a hard year, hasn't it? But you know, we're almost done, and I really am looking forward to the next year. I really am. I think it'll be better. It's hard for it to be worse. It was a tough year. A lot of tough things happened. My family and I, we lost some people that were near and dear to us. Not from the COOF, not from the creep and crud, the global health crisis, but just from other situations. We lost family members, we lost friends, and that made it rough. We've all been under lockdown, especially out here in California, and that's made it hard. The industry that I work in, the entertainment industry, it has been hit hard, and is just now starting to recover, kind of recovering, sort of recovering. And so a lot of people have been out of work, including myself, to all the things that we would normally do. So there's not a lot of acting and everything. But there are projects that I've been working on, and that's really cool. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's see what's going on here. Lumpy Dog says, caution, items in tank cam appear larger than actual size. Yes, they do. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the little tank cam there. I just thought I'd set that up at the last moment as I was cleaning off my desk to try to get things ready for that. And I am getting ready. See, you notice? Look, I got my bottle of sparkling apple cider here. I'm ready for the new year. As I was cleaning things off, I found my old webcam. So I thought, well, I'll hook that up too, and we'll have that there for that purpose. So, but let's see here. What do we else have here? Shelley says, Andrew, I'm going to be going to a concert in San Jose in May, so I will be very close to your neck of the woods. Well, you'll be in the general vicinity. I mean, I'm not near San Jose. I'm a little further north of that, but that's very cool. What concert are you going to go see? So, yes. And by the way, as my wife was pointing out to me, yes, we're still celebrating Christmas, okay? Because, gosh darn it, we can, all right? Even if it... Oh, there we go. What? Oh, there we go. It's centered. There. Is that better? Actually, the funny thing is, if I turned upside down, it's my father's name, Leon. So, but yeah, we still celebrate Christmas. Darn yeah, I'm still listening to Christmas music, and Christmas is over when we say it's over. So, 2020 can leave now, but Christmas can stick around. So, yeah, but we are celebrating New Year's as well. Back, see, there we go. Happy New Year. Happy New Year! Little New Year napkin for you, so I can have that with my drink. So, you're going to be in San Jose there. That's cool. What concert is coming up in May? I'm curious to know. I have not been to a concert in so long. It's really sad. I miss that. I miss baseball games. This last year was just miserable because my son and I couldn't go to a single baseball game. We watched them on television with all the cardboard cutouts behind the dugout. That was amusing. But I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to hopefully in the coming year, us not having to wear a mask. Yeah, I know that's ironic that I hate wearing a mask because I'm known for wearing this one. But I'm really tired of wearing a mask. So, but that's these are the conditions that prevail so far. So let's go back here to the chat. Susan said that she lost a very close friend before Thanksgiving this year. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's rough. Yeah, we lost somebody just before Christmas, and it's hard. But hopefully we're gonna make it through the rest of this year without any troubles. Jerry says my grandson turned on our Christmas lights today. Oh, good. Does he normally not get to do that? I mean, does he? But yeah, turn them on, keep them going. I'm all for that. So, Andrea Bocelli. Oh, that's cool. Man, what a singer! What a singer! That's fantastic. Okay. Sickles 23 says last concert was Hello Nasty Beastie Boys at Oakland Coliseum. That was a minute ago, wasn't it? That was a while back. Yeah, I don't even remember what the last concert was that I went to. That's frightening. That's really frightening here. Okay. Main's Tails Fur and Fins says, are you going to have people come up and join you, or are you going to fly solo tonight? It's just me. It's just me tonight. But I am, in the coming year, I am going to start having guests on the live streams. I'll work out the technical things on that, and I will get that. That's one of the plans for the new year is, and by the way, I'm not making New Year's resolutions. You know why? Because I'm not good at making New Year's resolutions, or at least I'm not good at keeping them. So I'm not going to make them. I'm going to set goals. Goals are things that you can plan for, that you can work towards, but resolutions are kind of like diets. And I know diets are like one of the things that people do on when they make their resolutions, their New Year's resolutions. A diet doesn't work. At least I've found that diets don't work. What works is a lifestyle change. You have to actually incorporate it into your life, because with diets, people have cheat days. It's I'll cheat a little bit. I'll cheat a little bit. That doesn't work. Your diet is a type of relationship, and cheating doesn't work in relationships. Why would it work in a diet? And so with New Year's resolutions, I'm always afraid I'm going to just go ahead and fizzle out on it, and I do that very, very often. And my fish have called me out on that. You can go back and look at the videos. They have called me out on that on many occasions. But I promised all kinds of different things for New Year's. So I'm not doing that. I'm just setting some goals. And one of them is I'm going to add guests to the live stream, because I think that'd be a lot of fun if we get other aquarists out here, other fish keepers, to give their point of view on some of the live stream chats. And so I think that'd be a lot of fun to do. So, Punchy says, I lost my German Shepherd, best friend and co-pilot through life this year. Oh, I am so sorry. My heart goes out to you. That's a tough one. And German Shepherds they're wonderful dogs. They're just beautiful, beautiful dogs. When I was in high school, I'll tell you a little German Shepherd story. When I was in high school, my best friend in high school, he had this absolutely gorgeous German Shepherd. She was just the most beautiful German Shepherd I'd ever seen. And he'd get compliments on this dog all the time. They'd say, "Oh, what a beautiful dog! Oh, what a beautiful dog!" He didn't know what to say. He didn't know what to say at all. And it's like, and he was another actor, another drama student like me, and so we had odd sense of humor. So he finally got to the point where he got kind of tired of people saying what a beautiful dog. People would just stop him because the dog was so beautiful. And so finally, when people would say, "Oh, what a beautiful dog," he'd say, "Hey, thanks, I made her myself." That stopped people from asking. So. Let's see here. And Shelley says they're going to see Celine Dion in September. Wow. Okay. Oh, okay. I've been asked here, do you have an email you can put out for me? Yes, I do. In fact, let's go to that right now here. This is how you can reach Aquatasy. Right there. Am I pointing in the right direction? I don't know. There we go. So, you can reach Aquatasy on Instagram. You can check out Instagram. You can go to Facebook. Aquatasy is on Facebook. You can go to Aquatasy on Twitter. Once in a blue moon, I'm posting on Twitter. Patreon is probably going to go away because I'm going to switch everything over to memberships here on YouTube. It's a lot easier. I can get a lot more good content for you guys, and it'll be a lot more fun, a lot more integrated, and I think it'll be much more enjoyable for people. So you'll check that out soon. I'll be announcing that soon. And then the Aquatasy website is going to be overhauled in the new year. And there's the email address. You can send an email to info@aquatasy.com and we'll put you on the mailing list. All right. So that's the email address there for you. Let's go back to the chat. So, I'm so proud of myself. I set up hotkeys on my keyboard for all this stuff, so now I can go back and forth and transition from this, that, and the other. Did that this afternoon. Oh, big boy. Okay, so okay, so I don't have to keep saying manes, tails, furs, and fins. I'll just say Jess. Okay, Jess is the name there. All right. Okay. Punchy says that the dog Buddy was beautiful too. People always stopped me on the street and would tell me how beautiful he was. Yeah, they're wonderful dogs, and you know one of the hard things about when we lose a pet, and that can be any kind of pet, even fish, is there always seems to be this pressure to go get another one, because you know your heart's breaking and there's this empty spot there. We want to fill it up, but you know don't feel you have to rush into it. But don't feel you have to, that you're doing anything wrong by getting a pet. It's not a replacement. When we get a new pet because one has died, and I'm actually going to be doing a video about this in the coming year about grieving the loss of a pet fish. But this applies to all kinds of pets. You don't have to think, okay, well, I'm replacing them. You're not replacing them. It's a different part of your life. It doesn't replace them if you get a new dog or a new cat or a new fish or a new snake or whatever it is. It's not replacing them. It's filling a void that you have. And also, it's perfectly fine to give yourself time to grieve. When you lose a pet, whatever that pet may be, it's okay to do that. So just you'll know when the time is right or if the time is right. So. But my heart goes out to you about that. I really do. Christian says, Andrew, is this live? Well, I sure hope so. There may be a slight, couple seconds delay, but yes, it's live. We're flying by the seat of my pants. So if anything goes wrong, you'll see it. This is live, absolutely. Personal Promises says, hello. Your wife and prop manager said to remind you that the last concert you two attended was Howard Jones. That's correct. That's right. Thank you. I wonder how Personal Promises knows that. Thank you, my daughter. Yes, the last concert, that was a Valentine's Day. No, it was a Mother's Day concert that we went to. And that was a couple years ago. We went to that. Got to see Howard Jones in San Francisco. And that was a great show. The opening act... but Howard Jones put on a fantastic show. If you ever get a chance to see Howard Jones, we like 80s music, and he was a big part of the 80s. So that was good. So I said, just followed Aquatasy on Twitter. Great. That means I have to post something, doesn't it? Christian says, yeah, I got your autograph at Nellis Air Force Base when I was 11 years old. That's right. That was a while back. Yeah. That was fun. That was fun coming down to Nellis. It was also hot. It was very hot there at Nellis. Nellis is down by Las Vegas, and but that was a lot of fun coming down there. I really enjoyed that. So it's great. It's great to hear from you. So it says I got your autograph at Nellis Air Force Base when I was 11 years old. I was so excited to see you, and it's great to see you doing good today. Thank you. Good to see. Well, good to hear from you. Can't see you, but yes, I'm still keeping active, still doing things there. So, Aaron says, just followed you on Instagram. Fantastic. I do post things pretty regularly. It's been a little hard end of this year to get stuff posted anywhere because we've just been going through a lot. Like I said, we've had some people pass away this year, and it's just one more thing, one thing after another, and so it's hard. But I'm looking forward to producing more content for you. Also, my wife's going to be producing more content as well. We're going to be releasing stuff. She's got a video almost ready to go on her Cornbread Wisdom channel, so you can check that out as well. So looking forward to doing a deep dive into this in the coming year here. So Christian says, I still have your autograph on my wall with Darth Vader on it. Do you remember going to Nellis Air Force Base? I do indeed. I do remember that, and I even remember where they set the table up. I've got some photos from it somewhere. Yeah, that was a fun signing. It really was. So, what would you like to talk about? We're gonna mention some of the things that we're gonna be doing in the coming year that we've got planned. We can talk about. I'd like to hear what were some of the good things that happened in 2020. Not just the bad stuff, but what were some of the good things that happened in 2020? And then we'll talk about New Year's all through the years. In fact, one of the things I thought you might get a kick out of seeing is the first time that we celebrated New Year's here on Aquatasy. This was the first year that the channel had started. I started this channel back in 2012. 2012, can you believe that? My fish decided that it would be fun to they wanted to have the ball drop at midnight inside their tank, and they rigged that up to happen. It didn't go quite as planned. Yeah, water and electricity, not always a good combo. But that was the very first New Year's video. If you want to go back and check it out, it was I think it was a Happy New Year shout out was the name of the video, and I was giving shout outs to other channels. This was back when this channel was very very small, but we had a fair number of subscribers and viewers back then. But that was the thing. Yeah, my fish have done this a couple of times. They've sort of tried to rig lights up around the tank and all sorts of things. I really have to keep an eye on them. They're trouble. Going back to the chat here. So let's see. Jess says, typical ball drop in New York anyway, it looks like. Yeah, typical is fine with me. I'm tired of things being weird and out of the ordinary. I'm looking forward to some ordinary stuff. That would be nice. That would be really, really nice. So let's hear some of the good things that have happened over 2020, not just the bad stuff. Let's hear some of the good things. All right, Susan says, I got a new DVD player for Christmas. That's cool. That's fantastic. So, one thing you could do to get for that wonderful DVD player is everybody could go to themeparkology.com, cheap plug for my friend Jerry, and order some of his DVDs. If you like anything having to do with the Disney theme parks or theme parks in general, he produces these wonderful DVDs. He's not paying me to say this. I'm just saying it out of the kindness of my heart. But this is one that I was the editor for and did the animated titles and graphics. I'm also interviewed in it. It's all about the history and the making of Pirates of the Caribbean at the Disney parks. But there's lots of stuff like that out there. So yeah, go check out his channel at themeparkology, or check out his website at themeparkology.com. You can also check out his channel here on YouTube, Theme Parkology. There you go, Jerry. Cheap plug for you. And again, you can find me on all those sources here on social media. So there you go. And in comes the cat. Hello, cat. Yes? Can I help you? What? Yes? I don't know if you can hear her. She's meowing at me. What? What do you want? Well, there's your bed right there. You can sit in the bed. I guess I need a cat cam now, too. I've got the tank cam. I need a cat cam. Anyway. So let's see. What's some of the good stuff that has happened? Aaron Wells says, I fell over a small crack, and that's how I broke my arm. That doesn't sound like a good thing. What are the good things that happened in 2020? Shelley says, I still get a kick out of those sassy back-talking fish, Andrew. Yes, because you don't have to live with them. That's why. But they're going to be out of this room for a while soon, because they're going to go back into the 20-gallon tank that I have rescaped for them now. They don't believe it yet, but... Lumpy Dog, thank you so much for posting the link to the website there. My very outdated website. Okay. Shelley Bradley says, Andrew, do you remember when I saw you in Folsom last year and I was cosplaying as Darth Maul? I do indeed. You did a really nice job with that makeup and everything. Personal Promises says, graduated college. Yes, congratulations with quite impressive scores there and everything. Very good, very good. So some of the good things that happened for me, I got to go to Brussels. That was really cool. I was invited to go to Brussels, Belgium, to sign some autographs and raise money for charity over there, children's charity, at the huge Comic-Con Brussels over there. That was amazing, and to hang out with different actors and artists that had worked on Star Wars and Harry Potter and Doctor Who and things like that. The wonderful crowd I got to run around with, and then all the really wonderful fans that were out there too. So got to make a lot of great friends, both famous and not so famous, and that was a blessing. Going down to Texas and to Order 66 Toys. That was great too. You can check out Order 66 Toys here on YouTube. You can look them up on Facebook as well. A really great store there. That was a lot of fun. Punchy says, I worked at Disneyland for a while. That's cool. That's very cool. I'm a big Disneyland fanatic, and so you're saying that was something that happened to you this year, or that was a while back that you worked at Disneyland? I wanted to work at Disneyland for many years. I wanted to be a Jungle Cruise skipper. That was a big goal in life for a while. I was actually very close to being cast to be part of stuff at the Disney MGM Studios in Florida, and thankfully, it didn't happen. I was a finalist. But it didn't happen because that was right around the time I met my wife, and if that was the case, I would have gone to Florida, would never have married her, we wouldn't have had our wonderful children, and I can't even fathom that idea. So glad it didn't go through. Some things happen not just for a reason but for a purpose. So let's see, what do we have here? Christian says, do you know anything about the use of magic or witchcraft in Hollywood or Disney Lucasfilm? I know it's portrayed, but it's not. I mean, obviously not real magic, but because there is real magic. It's all illusion. It's all tricks. That was the interesting thing. I probably have never even mentioned on this channel before. Is that that was my first plan. When I was growing up, when I was a kid, as I was going to be a magician. I wanted to do magic tricks, sleight of hand, stage illusions, everything like that. I studied that a lot, and but never got caught up in the the witchcraft side of it or anything like that. It was all strictly just illusions and tricks. And then I became a digital magician instead, and did movie magic, cinematic magic, making things like Star Wars and Galaxy Quest and Jurassic Park 3 and stuff like that, creating that kind of magic instead. But no. Let's see here. Muppet929 says, does the cat care about the fish? Every once in a while, she goes over and stares at my little sassy back talking fish down in the 10-gallon holding tank down here, which is why they're quiet right now, because they're scared. So that's fine with me, cat. You can keep on scaring them. That's wonderful. Let's see. Shelley says, that was fun too. Meeting Austin St. John, aka Jason Lee Scott, was amazing. When I attend another OhanaCon and when I see you there, I'll show you, Andrew. Oh yes, that'd be fun. Yeah, that's the one thing I do miss a lot. I mean, in the previous year, in 2019, I did like 50 different convention appearances throughout the year. I mean, I was like every weekend I was going off and doing a convention appearance and raising money for Starlight Children's Foundation and doing a lot of stuff like that. And it was fun. And you make a lot of friends on the convention circuit. Other actors, artists, the fans, the promoters, the vendors, all of that. It's a great blessing of being out there on the convention circuit. And then this year, starting in March, everything stopped, and it's hard because it's like you don't see your friends, you don't see the fans, you don't get to interact with everybody, and that was a hard thing. So I'm looking forward to that starting up again. Aaron Wells says, "Can I get your autograph through the mail? I'll give my address." Yes, actually, you can go to candrewnelson.com and go there. There's a store there that you can buy the 8x10 photos that I'll sign, the Darth Vader photos. That helps raise money for the Starlight Children's Foundation. So a portion of the proceeds goes to that. Or if you have an item that you want to send in with your discretion, I cannot guarantee it won't get lost in the mail, but if you have something you want to send in, you can find that information on the website too. So that's candrewnelson.com. And so I think you have to reach in a little further here. Here, there you go. That's my daughter. So, hey, how can you be here and also typing in the chat? That's amazing. Wow, that's fantastic. See, I have a very talented family. Very, very talented family. So, she's trying to keep she's running interference with the cat right now, so that it doesn't jump in the middle of this or jump in my lap in the middle of this live stream. Okay. Punchy says that was a while back that they worked at. So what did you do at Disneyland? That's kind of cool. I actually have friends that work at Disneyland. I have a very, very good friend, Margot Apostolos Shellhorn, who is a Ewok. I mean, she really was an Ewok in Return of the Jedi, and she works at normally she works in Star Wars, the Star Wars land out there, Galaxy's Edge. But of course the park's closed right now, so she's working in downtown Disney. They opened up a Star Wars store down there in downtown Disney. And that's one of the things too. We're waiting for the theme parks to open up again. That would be really nice. Chad's here. Hello, Chad. Good to see you. Nice to see you, and glad you could join us. This is great. So let me see here. Punchy says, I worked in restaurants and stores on Main Street. Sometimes work security. That's cool. Security gets to go everywhere. That's the cool thing. That happens in all kinds of companies. Excuse me. When I was working at Industrial Light and Magic, one of my good friends there, Eric Christensen, who is he runs a company called Factory Effects now. Does great visual effects and things. He got into visual effects by becoming a security guard at Industrial Light and Magic. And the great thing about that was he could go anywhere in the company, anywhere, and he could see what anybody was working on. And he could go up to him and say, hey, what are you working on? Show me that. And it was a great foot in the door. He got to go to places that I couldn't even go to as an artist at the time. I was already an artist working there. and he didn't get to do that. So I mean, I didn't get to do that. He got to do that. He got to go everywhere in the company. So that security can be very, very good position sometimes. Susan said, "I got supernatural socks and other things." Does that mean they put themselves on your feet, or are they themed after the TV show Supernatural? Lumpy Dog says, Cyndi Lauper is on ABC New Year's special. Just FYI. Well, you could go slum it with Cyndi Lauper right now, or you could hang out with me, and the fish and the cat and the various hands of my family members. So, so.
I didn't say it for earlier.
Okay. All right. My daughter's saying that she didn't play with the cat earlier, and so that's why the cat is all bouncing around right now. So that's fine. That's fine. I may be dressed all formal right now, but we're kind of casual. And that's the thing, it's New Year's Eve, everything's under lockdown. We're all just chilling at home with our chilled beverages and such. So we're just trying to, just make it through the year and get through this. Okay, let's see. Movie theaters would be good. Yes, I would like for the movie theaters to open up again. That would be really, really nice. Well, like I said, there's been a lot of problems with the entertainment industry right now because there's been a lot of lockdown and productions have halted. A lot of things have been pushed off by about a year or so, and some of them have just been outright canceled or just on hold indefinitely. This goes for film and television and theme park stuff and all kinds of things. And there hasn't been a lot of work. But one area where there has been some work, which is nice, is and that's in voice acting, because we kind of sequester ourselves anyway in voice booths. And one of the projects that I've been working on that'll be debuting in the coming year is this really amazing project. I'm very fortunate to be involved in this as the narrator and as the co-producer of this, along with Jerry Cornell. And this is a project called Heroes of Extinction. It is an audio drama all about superheroes and what happens if one by one they're being taken out. And who's going to defend us if the superheroes are taken out? And who's behind all of this? And it's a really interesting project. And although it is an audio drama, I do have a trailer for you. So check this out. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, so we've got an amazing voice cast. If you want to find out more about that, you can go to, I believe we can go to themeparkology.com, or you can go to, Jerry, correct me if I'm wrong, but you can go to heroesofextinction.com. You tell me which one of those websites is up, or even Theme Streaming, is the different websites there. Check it out. You can also go to candrwnelson.com. I'll be posting information about it there as well. But it is a really phenomenal project. Samantha Albin is writing this from an idea that Jerry Cornell came up with, and she has been delivering some just absolutely amazing scripts, and I'm blown away by it. So we're editing now, putting the final touches on the first episode, and we're gonna start recording the next couple episodes soon, and it's really, really cool. I'm very, very proud of this project, and proud of the whole team that's working on it. So that's something that's coming up in the new year here. So we'll go back to the chat. So let's see here. Lumpy Dog says looks very interesting. Yes, of course. When you see it, you won't see anything because it's an audio drama. But it's the theater of the mind, definitely. And every time you think you know what's going to happen, oh my gosh, the story gets flipped. Everything gets turned on its head, and it's astounding. And literally the whole cast and crew, we go through and we read the scripts, and we get to the end of it, and there's some where we're cheering, or we're crying. We're literally crying. It's that good. It's that moving and everything. So. Candy is here. Hello, Candy. How are you? Good to see you. Happy New Year to you as well. I'm so pleased to have you here, and Happy New Year to the whole family. If you don't know, Candy is like the greatest resource, the most wonderful person in the whole fish tank community here on YouTube. She goes above and beyond. To show love to everybody in this fish tank community. She's just wonderful. I'm delighted to have you here. I really am. She is the best. So, and Lumpy Dog says, did James Presley do the theme song? Yes, yes indeed. Yeah. So, yes, Candy is the #1 mod in the fish tank community here on YouTube. Fantastic. Yes. I'm just telling the truth, Candy. I am just telling the truth. You are such a sweetheart. So, oh, there we go. Theme song. There's a link to the theme song for Heroes of Extinction, so you can check that out. Lumpy Dog put that there in the chat. Check that out. It's very good. The original music is amazing. When Jerry said, "Here, listen to this," I was blown away, absolutely blown away by it. So some of the projects we have coming up in the new year for Aquatasy specifically. First of all, see this? These are scripts. These are scripts of upcoming Aquatasy videos. Yes, I'm going to be producing content for you. I've got lots of stuff here. This is just the ones I have printed out because I'm already in the process of working on these. So there is a lot of content that I hope to get out for you. Sorry, the cat's bouncing around over there in the corner. So we've got a lot coming along the way here. So we've got I'll even read you some of the titles here. We've got Perfection Isn't Perfect. We've got Whole Lot of Shaking going on. We've got Casting Call, Stocking Your Aquarium the Showbiz Way. And we've got Hardest Part About Having a YouTube Channel. So those are some of the topics that are coming up. But probably the very first thing that'll be coming up in the new year, next week, will be another one of the Aquatasy Quick Take videos, because I know you guys like those. People say they like those a lot, and we're going to also have some more of we're always going to continue on with the Fish in the Darndest Places, because that seems to be a very popular one as well. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna do a lot for the new year here. So how are we doing here so far? You got all your stuff ready for midnight? So what do you want to talk about? Tell me what you would like to talk about here. We can talk about upcoming Aquatasy projects. I actually have a really big project that I want to do for this coming year, and I may mention it later in the live stream. But I've got a big project that's kind of burning a hole in me here, and I'm still getting all my ducks in a row, and it's going to take a little funding to get it going, but it should be pretty cool, and we'll talk about that. But bring the chat here. So, does anybody have anything special planned for midnight tonight, when the clock strikes midnight? Other than hanging out here with me, what do you plan? What do you plan on doing? Are you do you have family and friends gathered around? Are you just hanging out by yourself? You watching movies? You got some cool treats? You got something fun to drink, or what are you doing tonight? Those sort of things. Jess says, I just sent you an email. Hope you get it. Anyway, please let me know. I will let you know if when I get off the live stream. I will check that right away and see. I plan to celebrate the New Year's, at least tomorrow, by doing water changes on all the fish tanks because they all need it. I'm also going to trim back the plants here. Let me look at this thing. Look at this thing. It is completely overgrown. Completely overgrown. In fact, I should make that one of the giveaways. I should give away a bunch of. I've got a ton of Christmas moss. I've got a ton of Riccia in there. I should probably just give some of that away for a giveaway tonight. Anybody interested in that? So, Muppet929 says it's me and my dog and YouTube tonight. Sounds like a good combination. Really does. Sound like a good combination to me. Jerry says, Andrew is also producing and editing the upcoming 1964-65 New York World's Fair documentary. Yes, I am. That's a really interesting one, and I found some really cool footage and some photos that I don't think have been seen for a long time, because that was a very influential thing for the Disney company and the Disney theme parks, was the 1964-65 New York World's Fair, where Walt was able to get all these corporations to pay all kinds of money so that he could develop these ride systems and things like audio animatronics and stuff like that. And then he was able to take that and put it in the parks. And things like, It's a Small World and Great Moments of Mr. Lincoln and all that sort of thing. That was developed there for the fair and then brought back to Disneyland. So, very cool. And it's got a very interesting history. So, Lumpy Dog says, I'll be consoling the kitties when the neighbors go fireworks crazy again. Yeah, I imagine the cat will stay inside here when the fireworks start going off. 'Cause, yeah, she doesn't like crazy sounds. Candy says, Christmas moss is awesome. Yes, it is. And I can't stop this stuff growing. Here's the interesting thing about the Christmas moss that I have here in this tank over here, is I didn't know I had any Christmas. I had maybe one or two pieces of moss that I didn't even realize was in there, because I got it with some Riccia and some other plants from one of the local club members here. I belong to the San Francisco Bay Area Aquatic Plant Society, or SFBAPS, if you want to pronounce it. And it's a group of people who love aquatic plants and love aquascape tanks. And every so often on the boards there, on their online forum, people will say, "Hey, I got a bunch of this to give away, or that to trade, or this to sell." And somebody was giving away some plants, and I thought, "Oh, that's great! I could use those plants." And along with it came a little bit of Riccia. And so I thought, well, I'll try making, I'll try doing the Takashi Amano thing, and I'll take some Riccia and some fish line and tie it to a rock and put it down at the bottom of the tank and get it to grow. And the Riccia didn't grow, at least not there on the rock. But apparently there was a small piece of Christmas moss mixed up in that, and that grew into a hedge. And I don't mean that lightly, a hedge of Christmas moss. And so I got Christmas moss growing all over the place in there. So it's got to go. Some of that's got to go, and also the Riccia that floated is just filled the whole top of the tank there. So I got a ton of stuff to get out of there. So maybe I'll give some of that away tonight. Okay, Shelley says, and again, you can ask whatever question you like. It can be about fish, it can be about aquatic plants, it can be about aquascaping, it can be about whatever your little heart desires. It can be about movies, visual effects, animation, acting, voiceover, anything you want. Shelley says, Andrew, I had a question for you. What is your favorite Anthony Hopkins movie? Very interesting. I do like Anthony Hopkins a lot. he's an incredible actor, absolutely incredible actor. Never seen him turn in a bad performance, even though he's been in a couple of movies that are, but he's done some great ones. I think my favorite Anthony Hopkins movie is probably The Elephant Man, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. But Lumpy Dog, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. That is fantastic. I appreciate it. I'll tell you what, you are getting some Christmas moss. I will get some of that out to you right away. You get a nice big chunk of Christmas moss. That is all yours, buddy. Thank you so much. So, that's fantastic. Wonderful. All right. Ding. Hey. Cheesy sound effects. Yay. So, but okay, to finish my answer to you, and of course, I'll put some of that towards the shipping, but the rest of it goes to the Starlight Children's Foundation. Thank you, Lumpy. But to answer your question fully, there, Shelley, my favorite Anthony Hopkins movie is the Elephant Man, and I'll tell you why. Because he did something in that film that, as an actor, I admire greatly. There's a moment where he, as the doctor who was treating John Merrick, when he first sees him, first lays eyes on him, and it's this close-up of Anthony Hopkins, and he's looking at the camera, and he just starts to cry. Tears coming down his face. And this is back before digital effects, because now sometimes when people have to cry on camera or cry on cue, they do it digitally. They fake it in post-production. This was real. And it was the most powerful thing I've ever seen in any Anthony Hopkins film. Just an amazing thing. It just, you feel everything that he feels, that character feels at that moment, from the tears that start to come down his face. And that has stayed with me forever as an actor. I just think it's hard. It's a really hard thing to do. To cry on cue, to cry on camera, it is really, really hard to do. There are tricks that people will do where they will turn away for a moment, pull out a nose hair that makes your eyes water, and then you turn back, and that way you can get away with that in theater. You can't usually get away with that on film because there's usually a close-up and everything. It's hard to kind of muster that up and psych yourself into crying. It's really hard. I've done it a couple of times, but it's really, really hard. So that moment blew me away in that movie. So, oh, okay. Well, Lumpy Dog says, I already have moss. Pick somebody else in the chat. Okay, you got it. If who else is interested in some Christmas moss? Now, I warn you, I cannot guarantee there won't be snails. I will try to pick out all the snails. There may be some Malaysian trumpet snails, maybe some bladder snails in there, but I will do my best. Yes, Lumpy Dog says, just show me one of those abused animal commercials and I'll cry. Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. That gets me every time. That's why I have to watch those commercials all the way through. If I see a little bit of it, I've got to watch it all the way through, because at the end of those commercials, they show the happy animals that have been adopted already. Gosh, let's see. Shelley says, I was curious. I recently watched 2 movies he was in. One was Silence of the Lambs. Excellent performance in that too. And and I haven't seen that one yet. So what was the other movie that you watched that had Anthony Hopkins in it? What other questions do you have for me here? Yeah. Candy says her son Caleb too. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you can watch one of those commercials and not be affected by it, I don't know what's wrong with you. I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with you. Those commercials are very effective. Oh, Hannibal, yes. The other, I guess that's the prequel, isn't it? That's a prequel to it. I have not seen that one. Okay. So let's see. So, again, coming up in the new year, a lot more scripts. I've got more projects than just these that I'm working on. Because, this was a tough year. It was a really tough year, and every time I'd start to work on something would happen. A family member passed away, or a friend, a colleague passed away, or we're under lockdown again, or something happened, and it wears you down, and it makes it hard for you to want to produce content and keep trying to do it. Or we're doing other things that we're trying to keep things afloat and keep things going, and so it was hard to get content produced this year. But I'm not gonna let that happen this coming year. I really don't want to let that happen. I want to make sure that there's, because you guys deserve it. I have such a wonderful, loyal viewership here on Aquatasy, and so I feel bad every time I don't get something made for you guys, because you're so wonderful in the comments and all of that. And so many of you have become good friends. We really is a community here. And if you're thinking about hey, how do I grow my channel? That's how you do it, by becoming part of the community. You find like-minded people in your niche of what you're making videos about, and genuinely, interact with them in the comments. That's why Lumpy Dog is here. That's why all these people are here, because I've watched their channels. They watch my channel. We comment on each other. You end up becoming friends. You know each other. You chat with each other, and so that's how, if you want your channel to grow, that's how it grows. You can't buy your way into it. You can't cheat your way into growing your channel. It just doesn't work. It just has to be organic. It really does, especially in something like this, on this topic. So. Susan says, the commercials about families needing food gets you too. It does. It does. It really does. Lumpy Dog was asking Candy how her son Caleb was doing, how his Christmas was, and how he's doing. He's doing well. He had a good Christmas. Thank you for asking. Oh, good. Because if he hadn't asked, I was going to ask. So, yeah. Caleb is a special kid, really is. Great kid. So, I guess I'll mention it now. One of the projects that I'm looking to produce in the coming year, and I've had this suggested to me several times. Says, okay, Andrew, you work in film and television, you work on movies. When is Aquatasy the movie coming out? Well, that's a project that I'm hoping to work on for this coming year. Aquatasy the movie, absolutely, and it'll be available on DVD. And but I'm going to probably have to set up a Kickstarter for that because that's going to be a big project. But I want to do something that will be a little bit different, in the same kind of stuff that we get on the Aquatasy channel, but a little bit bigger, a little bit bolder, a little more fun. And if that's something you'd be interested in, let me know. Send me an email at info@aquatasy.com, and we'll actually get this thing working, because I've got some plans for it. I think it'll be a lot of fun to do, and it'll be be feature length Aquatasy production, with all kinds of cool stuff in it. What do you think? Is that a crazy idea, or do you like it? Jerry says, Aquatasy the movie. Woohoo! Good. All right. There's one vote. Okay. So that's a project coming up, and I'll let you know about that. I'll mention it. It'll be listed in the Aquatasy community page. It'll be listed on the Aquatasy website, which will be overhauled for the new year. It'll also be listed if you get on the mailing list. If you send me an email at info@aquatasy.com, I'll let you know I'll start sending out a newsletter. That's the other thing too. I'm going to do a monthly newsletter for anybody who wants to sign up for it. You can get a monthly newsletter, and you can find out all about it there as well. So. Okay, we got a second vote. We'll have a third vote for the Aquatasy Aquatasy the motion picture. So okay. Let me see here. Shelley says, when the special edition original trilogy, Star Wars, at the time I did not know that it was you in the Vader costume, Andrew. So in a way, I grew up watching you as Vader, and did not know at the time. How about that? How about that? Yes. So yeah, that was me. I was in there for the special edition for Vader. So yeah. So yeah. My wife was reminding me we are still celebrating Christmas. Yeah. And around here, yes, we say Merry Christmas. Okay, so we don't say Happy Holidays. We don't say anything like that. And it's like it's Christmas around here, darn you. So why not? You know, I don't dance around it. It's just it's Christmas. You know, I mean, I celebrate. You know, I give great respect to Hanukkah as well, and other traditions. But you know, in this house, it's Christmas, and you know, with a year like we've had this year, with so much that's been going on, Christmas and the music and all of that, it's been very soothing. So I'm not in any hurry to take down the Christmas decorations or stop listening to Christmas music or anything like that. So anyway. Let's see. Lumpy Dog wants to know, is the part of Andrew played by Brad Pitt? No, he just wasn't convincing enough as an actor. He's kind of a fad. He's kind of a hack. I don't think he... No, that'd be great. Actually, my wife was actually in a Brad Pitt movie. She was in Moneyball. So, no, I don't know. Who would you cast as me if I wasn't to play myself in the movie? Who would you cast as me? Oh boy, that's I'm opening up a can of worms there, aren't I? Okay. Jerry says, "Merry Christmas, Veronica." That's my wife, Veronica Loud. No, Shelley said it was so great to meet one of my all-time favorite Sith Lords of all time. Yes, well, thank you. Yeah, spent a long time on the dark side there, but I was so glad to meet you. And that's the thing. I love doing that. I love meeting people at conventions and things like that. One thing I hope to do if it happens this year, because you know. They have a lot of wonderful trade shows like Aquashella and the Aquatic Experience and things like that. They got kind of canceled because of the COOF, you know, the creep and crud, the health crisis and everything. I hope that happens this year, and I would love to go to those. I would love to hang out with the other you know fish tank YouTubers at those conventions and meet the people that watch these channels like this and who are like-minded, you know, fish keepers. That would be great. That would be so much fun. So I hope that gets to happen this coming year. So, Jerry says Penn from Penn and Teller would be great to play you. Wow, that's not bad. He's, you know, we're somewhere around the same height, so that's pretty good. Yeah. Got mad respect for Penn and Teller as magicians. What showmen. Really wonderful, yeah. So yeah, I think I'll probably play myself in Aquatasy the movie, because you know, because I work cheaply. So So what are some of the things that you're looking forward to doing in the coming year? For me, I want to create more content for you. I want to finish aquascaping some of these tanks. I definitely want to finish this project. Hey, let's go back to fish cam. There we go. Tank cam there. I definitely want to finish this. You may notice that it's kind of sort of yellow in there. I actually am really thinking seriously about keeping this as a blackwater tank. I've never done a blackwater tank. I've had situations where the tank, because there are tannins that have leaked into the water from the wood that I put in here. I put in Malaysian driftwood. No, excuse me, Malaysian driftwood in here. I've got 3 pieces of Malaysian driftwood in this tank. Only 2 of which have actually, only 1 of which, excuse me, has ever actually been submersed in water. So everything else I just kind of rinsed off, cleaned off, and then put in here. And I actually kind of like the look of it. I've never really been a big tannins guy, black water tank guy, and I thought, well, this would be kind of cool. Sorry, I was looking at something there that popped up. And so, since I've themed it around Columbia, I thought this would be a nice little section of a Columbian creek. And, the tannins are kind of cool. So I'm not in a hurry to make those go away. I have not done a water change on this since I set it up. And I don't even know if it's cycled. I haven't even looked at that. I haven't even checked the water parameters at all yet. There's no fish in here yet. But I do have plants in there. I've got Creeping Charlie in there. I've got a little compact dwarf or a little compact sword plant in there. And then I've got some dwarf chain sword as well. And hi, cat. And I've got some dwarf hairgrass growing in there. So it's gonna be a fun little project. But the one issue that I did have with this, and I'm kind of upset about, and I'm hoping it looks a little better over time, is I ran out of the ADA, the Aqua Design Amano sand. I had some cosmetic sand from that, the La Plata sand, which is nice. It's mostly kind of white looking, but it's got some variations to it. So it's got a little bit of red, a little bit of brown, a little bit of, little bit of something in there to make it look more natural. And I ran out of that, and I was trying to get this thing set up, and I thought, okay, well, I've got a little bit of a discount at Petco, and I'll run in and I'll get some Imaginarium or whatever their house brand is of sand, and I just grabbed a bag of white sand. Didn't realize that it is actually like literally white, just completely white. Maybe you can see it there at the bottom of the shot, and it's screaming white. So I've got it mixed in with some gravel from my 20-gallon tank, and to try to disguise that. And I'm actually thinking of even putting some leaf litter in here to just kind of cover up some of that. And it makes it look more natural, and that adds some good things to it. But no, I'm not crazy about that particular sand. But you work with what you have. So going back to the chat here. And my chat is sort of scrolled up on its own there. Jerry Cornell wants to know, he wants to hear the premise of Aquatasy, the movie. It's about fish. Okay. Okay. Jess says, there's one in New Orleans at the end of February. I'm going to, and a lot of other fish tubers are going too. I hope it doesn't get canceled. I hope everything's settled with this, the coof and all that, that we don't have to deal with this anymore. But that would be cool. I hope that goes on. I probably won't make it to that one, but maybe one later in the year here. Let's see here. Shelley says, that would be awesome, Andrew. When the Ohana Comic-Cons come around next year, I'm going to have a very special surprise for Andrew. Oh, well, thank you. Okay. Let's see. Cats are so stinking funny. Yeah, they are. And they're just, the interesting thing about a cat is, a cat's going to do what a cat's going to do. And you can't really, no one ever owns a cat. The cat owns you. That's basically how it goes. Let's see. Peter G is here. Hello, Peter. My good friend, Peter G. I got plenty of food. Well, good for you. Did you go out and get the gas station chicken like you said you were going to? Peter was telling me that he was going to get the crispy, crunchy chicken from the gas station. I know it sounds horrible. It looks horrible. It is probably horribly bad for you. But oh man, that stuff tastes good. Lumpy Dog says major diet change in 2019. Finally feeling good again. I'm hoping to run and help others run ultra marathons in 2021. That's great. That's fantastic. Yeah. And you'll probably agree with me. It has to be a life change. It has to be, and you have to. It's a lifestyle change, and I was on the keto diet for a while, and I kind of messed it up, and I've got to try to get it back in order again. It really has to be a change of lifestyle for anything like that, and it has to be lumped together with exercise and things. So yeah, I really do need to get rid of some of the coof poundage that I've put on during this lockdown. No, Susan says, I have diabetes and I got a good report from the doctor before Christmas. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Also, Susan, check out the blood sugar solution. It's an interesting diet that it helps a lot of people with diabetes, different types of diabetes. So check that out. Let's see. Peter says, yes, he did get his gas station chicken. That's funny. Jerry says, I missed the conventions. I was fortunate to meet Dawn Wells at a con. She was sweet as her character. She was as sweet as her character. For those of you who don't know, Dawn Wells was Marianne on Gilligan's Island, and she just passed away. Just this week, passed away. I never got a chance to meet her, but we have mutual friends, and they all said that she was just wonderful, just a sweetheart. It's interesting. There's only one cast member left from Gilligan's Island, one of the main cast members, and that's Tina Louise, and who is still working. God bless her, she's still working. So that's wonderful. That's something else. What have you been watching besides lots of YouTube and hopefully lots of Aquatasy during the whole lockdown, during the whole coof health crisis and everything? What kind of stuff have you been binging? I've just now, I'm late to the game, but my family and I have just been binging The Mandalorian on Disney Plus. Just got Disney Plus thanks to a gift from a very good friend, and you know who you are. So we've been watching The Mandalorian. Excellent show, absolutely good. I love the show. It's the kind of stories that we tried to tell when I was at LucasArts through some of the games like Dark Forces and Jedi Knight. It reminds me a lot of that, and Shadows of the Empire and that sort of thing. Really am enjoying it. We've made it all the way through season 1. Now we're going to go and binge watch season 2. But what else have you been binge watching? I've been binging Hogan's Heroes because I love Hogan's Heroes. It's a sitcom that I've been watching since I was a kid when it was a brand new show, and I get a kick out of that show. Love the whole cast on there, and one of the things that I really liked about it was that it was one of the shows at that time that had a positive role model for African Americans, and in the character of Sergeant Kinchlow, played by Ivan Dixon, who was really good on that show. But I loved the whole cast was just fantastic. So, Shelley says, been binging some movies on YouTube and Netflix. Okay, cool. And Jerry says, I'm now watching the Marvel films. Very good. Susan says, Supernatural. My wife watches Supernatural. Yeah. I have never seen a single episode of that show. I understand it's good. It's been running for ages. Some Star Trek original and some Power Rangers on Netflix. Yeah, I've been watching a few old episodes. I've been watching like Enterprise and Deep Space Nine, some of those old episodes that I hadn't seen before. Yeah, it's you get a lot of free time in your hands, so you end up binge watching things. I'm trying not to binge watch a lot. I want to get back to doing regular maintenance on the tanks because, like I said, I mean it's healthy tank as far as the water's concerned over here on this one, but look at that. That is just completely overgrown. I mean, I need to get in there with a machete and take care of that. That's sad. So, and again, who wants a little bit of Christmas moss? Not a little bit. I'll give you a whole chunk of it. Who wants that? Let me know here in the comments. I'll give some away. Candy says, Happy New Year. Thank you. Happy New Year to you. Does that mean you're leaving? You're heading out? Or are you just saying Happy New Year? Oops. Oh wait. What? Oh, that's no. That's I see what's going on. That was up. That was at the top. My chat had scrolled way up again, so it was back when she first entered. Okay. That was sorry. Never mind. Continue on as if nothing happened. Like I said, it's live. It's live. Things go wrong occasionally. Oh, Jerry says, I'm binge watching the classic Twilight Zone episodes. One thing that my wife and I have been watching a lot is there's another show, kind of contemporary to Twilight Zone, called One Step Beyond. And the interesting thing is that a great many of those episodes, in fact, the majority of them, fell into the public domain. And so you'll see a bunch of them posted on YouTube for free. You can watch them on YouTube. They're on archive.org. You can find them there. I've actually used some clips from them in some of the Aquatasy quick take videos. But it's a really good show, too. Kind of that sort of strange morality play like Twilight Zone, very much like that. So that'd be fun. Okay. Jess says, I will take all the Christmas moss anyone wants to give me. All right, you got it. You send me an email at info@aquatasy.com, and I will send you some. Christmas moss. Okay, Merry Christmas. You get Christmas moss for New Year's. How about that? Shelley says, I would if I had a tank. All right. Peter says, I'm watching Chinese 24. They use a sundial. Yes. He's getting a lot of feed from China, different things, including the movie Mamma Mia in its original Chinese language, as he was saying to me the other day. And can't forget Outer Limits. Yeah, I love Outer Limits, too. That's another great show, too. Outer Limits is a fantastic show. Floyd's here. Floyd Conrad. Good to see you, Floyd. Happy New Year to you. And he says, I'll take some Christmas moss. You got it. Send me an email at info@aquatasy.com, and I will send you some Christmas moss. And I can't guarantee there won't be some snails. I'll try to get make sure they get the snails out of there, but I will give. I got a lot of Christmas moss, so I'll give some there. So we'll give that away. How you doing, Floyd? How are things going? How's Mrs. Floyd and all the Floydlings? So, Jerry says, I'm not familiar with Outer Limits. What is wrong with you, my friend? You got to look it up. Outer Limits is a great show. Has a really cool intro, and it was very similar to Twilight Zone, but it was much more skewed towards science fiction, and but also had a lot of morality play type things. And it's a great show. Look it up, Jerry. So, all right. So okay. So Jess says, you already sent out... Okay, you already sent me the thing. So, okay, you love snails? Fine, you're going to get snails then. You'll get some Malaysian trumpet snails definitely in that Christmas moss if I don't pick them out of there. So, all right. Oh, my. We're coming up on the new year here. We got maybe like a half hour before the new year comes up for at least for the East Coast. That's cool. Susan says Full House is a great show to watch as well. I will take your word for that, okay? Because I'm trying to turn my phone off. The ringer's still on here. So, okay. There we go. Actually, excuse me. I just got a text, I think, from one of the cast members of Heroes of Extinction, who stars as True Strike, our lead character. Let's see what he has to say. Talk amongst yourselves for a moment. Okay. One thing I want to do for the new year, get a new phone. My phone is dying on me. I can't even get the text to come up now. Oh well. Sorry, Peter, if you're out there watching. Not Peter G. But our other Peter here. Okay. He's a little scheduling thing there, so I will talk to him in just a moment. But anyway, Outer Limits. Oh, look at that. Thank you, Lumpy. Lumpy Dog has posted a link there to the opening credits to The Outer Limits. Check it out. It's really good. It's a really cool show. So, Jerry asks here, have you ever worked on a project you didn't like? You know, there's this company called Theme Parkology, and I do a lot of projects for them, and I don't like any of those. No, just kidding. No, I love all that projects. Is there a project I worked on that I didn't like? You know, I've been very fortunate and very blessed in my career that most of the projects that I've worked on have actually been pretty cool projects, which is not always the case. You don't always know going into it whether because if you work, especially when you're working in visual effects or animation, on a project, it takes so long to do that thing, and it gets done at the last minute. When you're working in visual effects, you're working for months and months or even years on something, and you don't know if the movie is any good because you're seeing it out of sequence and without sound, and you're seeing just your portion of the movie, and that's about it. So it's hard to tell, and sometimes you go to see it and it's like, oh, really? Is that it? It's hard to say. I don't think there's been a project that I've worked on that I can recall that I really didn't care for. I can't think of one off the top of my head. I have to go back and go through some of these. There's some that I've worked on that I've never even seen. I worked on Rocky Balboa, haven't seen that. I worked on Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, haven't seen that. I worked on Spiderwick Chronicles, haven't seen that. I worked on The Kite Runner, haven't seen that. There's a lot of things that I've worked on that I haven't seen because I didn't have the time, and then I didn't go back and see it later. So I don't know. There have been situations where the situation on set or behind the scenes isn't so good, but the actual finished product or production is pretty decent. I'm trying to think of something that I worked on that I really didn't care for. Interesting. Jerry says, I hear the boss at Theme Parkology is hard to work with. Oh yeah, he's such a oh man, what a piece of work he is. So, but yeah, I don't know. I can't think of something that I worked on that I didn't like. There were some things that I worked on that at the time, the project was just a beast to work on. Perfect Storm. It was just absolute tedium and monotony to work on as a visual effects artist. But the finished product looks amazing. No, I can't think of something that the project itself turned out to be, lousy or just kind of lackluster. I don't know. Nope, can't think of anything else. Oh wait, no. Okay, I do remember one. There was a TV movie. It was called Bay City Stories at the time that my wife and I were working on it. We both acted in it. And it had a lot of problems. The star of the show got fired from it, and it was supposed to be a pilot for a series. Then they retooled it and recast it and reworked it, and I got completely cut out of it. My wife still ended up in it, and it got turned into what was supposed to be like a 2-hour TV movie as a pilot. Ended up being a 1-hour pilot episode, and it kind of ended up being a mess, and it did not become a series. So yeah. Oh, another one that I worked on too. Here's the one that I worked on that really did turn out to be kind of a really pathetic show. I was in a couple of episodes of a show called The Evidence. It was an ABC TV series, took place in San Francisco, starring Rob Estes and Martin Landau and gosh, the name is escaping me now. Orlando Jones, and it was a detective show. Great cast. Everything about it was great except the scripts. And what it was, the show would show you the evidence first, and then you'd backtrack and you'd follow the actors as the detectives as they found the evidence and pieced things together. That was the kind of the gimmick. It was just the most boring show to watch. It was just really, really awful. But I was in a couple episodes of that, so that's not something you're ever going to find probably on. I don't think it'll ever be on a streaming service. I don't think it'll ever be on DVD. I don't think they had enough episodes of it finished before it got canceled. It was bad. So that's right. It's almost midnight in New York. How about that? We're getting there, and actually, I can hear fireworks going off around here in the Bay Area. So that's kind of cool. Well, what was your favorite project that you worked on? My favorite project that I worked on, other than this, which is, I'm not lying, this was actually one of my favorite projects that I've worked on. My favorite movie of all time actually is Galaxy Quest. Up there. Galaxy Quest. And I really had a fun time working on that. But to be honest, the project that has meant the most to me, that I really enjoyed working on, and is probably my favorite project ever, is I was an animator and a voice actor for the PBS Kids TV series Between the Lions, which ran for quite a few seasons on PBS here in the United States. And it was just a wonderful production to work on, and we got to do some great animation, and it was just a fun project. So that was just a delight to work on. So that would be probably my choice there. But Galaxy Quest comes in a really close second. Yeah, even before Star Wars. I mean, I love Star Wars too. I love working on Star Wars. But actually, even to be truthful, I like working on Aquatasy. I like working on my wife's videos for helping her with her channel, Cornbread Wisdom. That's all. Those are great things to do. It's the wonderful thing about this whole medium here of YouTube and online streaming is that you don't have to go through the Hollywood studio system. It's the content creator gets to go straight to the content consumer with no middleman, and that's great. It reminds of me, and I'm sure my wife as well, of our days in theater, where it's like you get instant feedback about how things are going. When you're doing a stage play, you can hear the audience. You know whether they're enjoying what you're doing or not enjoying what you're doing. Same thing with stand-up comedy, which I've done. And yeah, whether you're doing it well or not, because if they're laughing, you're doing great. If there's crickets, then you're not doing so well. So that would be that. Yes. Let me see here. So he says, awesome movie Galaxy Quest is. I like how you worded that sort of like Yoda. Oh, awesome movie Galaxy Quest is. Yes. But yes, it is a great film, and it was a lot of fun to work on as well. Here, we're getting really close to time to open this up. I actually think I'm going to need a bottle opener, I think, to get this open. But we're getting there. We got almost 20 minutes to go. So fantastic. Are we ready? Are we ready to kick 2020 to the curb and say, don't let the door hit you on the way out? I know I am. I know I am. I truly am. Shelley likes my impression of Yoda. Okay, great. Okay, Jerry asks, is there a film you wish you worked on or were in? Yeah, I would love to have worked on a Marvel film other than Howard the Duck. Or be in a Marvel movie other than Howard the Duck. Yeah, there's another film. Okay, I worked on Howard the Duck. Not a good film. Not a great film. I mean, if you like bad movies, and I do like bad movies, it's deliciously bad, but it's not good cinema at all. Maria Alvarez. Hello, Maria. How are you? Good to see you. Happy New Year to you. Yeah, thank you for joining us. So, is there anything you're going to miss about 2020? Anything at all? No, probably not. Probably not going to miss anything about 2020. I'm looking forward to 2021 being a good year, being not so eventful a year. I would like to see things get back to a semblance of normality, and and just I'd just like to let us have our lives back. 2021, let us have our lives back. That would be nice. Okay. Lumpy Dog says, I'm thinking a White Russian a la Big Lebowski. That's a film I've seen so many clips from, but I've never actually seen the whole film. I've got to, I can piece the film together in my head, but I've never actually seen it. So, okay. Howard the Duck is funny to a point. That is probably the best description I've heard of it. That is great. That is great. Okay. 19 minutes to go here. This just in. Bottle opener. Yay. So we'll get this ready here. So, all right. Jerry says, to be honest, because of COOF, a lot of actors, writers, voiceover artists, and so on were eager to be interviewed, and we're so gracious to work with theme parkology and theme streaming. Yes, that was one thing that was really nice. Yeah, when we talked to people to work on Heroes of Extinction, yeah, everybody said, yeah, I'd love to, because we're all going crazy. We're all going crazy here, with no projects to work on, so that's great. And then Jerry's been able to interview so many wonderful people. Yeah, Susan says, I miss talking to my close friend. Yeah, we miss talking to each other and seeing each other in person. I'm thankful for social media. I'm thankful for things like this where I can, talk with you guys and everything. Maria says, any goals for the new year? Yes, for it not to be like this last year. That's my goal. My goal is just to, I want to be a better person. I want to be a better husband, better father, and better YouTuber for you guys. I want to create more content. I want to, just improve things all around. That's my goal. Do we have any goals? You guys have goals for the new year? Any plans for the new year? I know a big immediate plan for as far as this channel is concerned is I want to get the video finished. I have the video almost finished, getting there, for the rescape of the 20-gallon tank, and get these clowns. Yeah, they're still scared of the cat. Back into that 20-gallon tank, so that they're now not here by my desk bugging me the whole time. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be coming up. I've got the video on the tank behind me there. Wait, go back to it again. There we go. Tank cam. There we are, tank cam again. So yes, looking forward to this being completely cycled and having fish in it. So I'd have videos on this coming up too, and how I got this going. And also, big shout out to aquariumplants.com, which is a really cool company. They're not sponsoring this. If they'd like to, they could. They provided the plants for this, and really great service. Check them out, aquariumplants.com. Really good customer service, good pricing. Shipping is amazing. So I'm looking forward to that there. So what do we got here? 15 minutes. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost done with this wretched year and into the new one. Isn't that cool? That is so cool. Okay. Shelley says, I want to further my training in martial arts. That's a good goal. That is a very good goal. Lumpy Dog says, you only get as many trips around the sun. You only get so many trips around the sun. You have to find ways to live with passion, even during the bad years. Amen. So true. Easier said than done, but we must try. Absolutely. You know, I'm definitely one of those glasses half full rather than half empty kind of people. And, you know, I always have hope. I don't always have, don't always have happiness, but I always try to have joy, and I always try to have hope with things. So, you know, I think that's good. Floyd says, another hour to go for my new year. Well, what you can do, Floyd, is, you know, when we're finished with this, you can just rewind this an hour, and then you can watch that again, you know. So, so looking forward to it, yes. Susan says, my goal is to stay healthy. Yes, absolutely. Shelley says, I will soon be a green belt. Fantastic. That's great. Once I'm able to do a roundhouse kick. It's not easy. Roundhouse kicks are not easy. Aquarium Analytic is here. Hello. How long you been here? You just joined us? Hi, love your videos. Well, thank you very much. Thank you so much. And I'm hoping to make a whole lot more of them so that there's more for you guys to watch. Lumpy Dog says, J-Lo is singing Aerosmith's Dream On. Really? Can she hit those notes? I would say to her, Dream On. Wow. It's a bit weird, but she is belting it out. I think that's the only thing she could do is to kind of belt it out. Wow. Wow. Yeah. No, my wife is shaking her head too. No, I'm glad I'm not seeing that. I'm not, you know, no disrespect to Jennifer Lopez, but you know, you're no Steven Tyler. And Steven Tyler, after all these years, he can still hit those notes, and I don't think he even changes the key. You know, sometimes, you know, after a while, when singers age, you know, rock bands and stuff, they will lower the key so that they can, you know, still hit the note, but just in a different key. I think he's still hitting it in the original key. That's amazing. So, Paul's here. Paul Newitt is here. Yay! I caught you. Why? What was I doing? You didn't catch me. You didn't see anything. Not a thing. I didn't do nothing. No, I'm glad you're here. Glad you caught the tail end of this here. So, yeah, my wife is raising a glass at me, so that means she wants me to open this up. So, let's open this up here. Hopefully it doesn't get all over the desk. There we go. Whoop! Wait, where are you going with the glasses? Okay, there we go. Okay, that's one. And two. All right. Shall we raise a glass? Shall we, a toast here? A toast to 2021. May it be a good year. May it be a blessed year. Thank you. And to all of you too. May it be a blessed year. That's good. I love sparkling apple cider. I really do. What do we got here? Oh my gosh, 11 minutes. All right. Let's go back to our chat. Aquarium Analytics says, I love that name too. Good channel name. Been watching since I started the hobby 2 years ago. Just don't comment, as I'm always taking notes. Well, thank you. Yeah. Well, that's fine. I'm glad you're speaking up now, and I hope you'll take a moment to leave some comments on the videos, and let me know, you know, what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. Okay. I'm glad I've been entertaining you and providing some good information for the last 2 years. So, excellent. So, Shelley says, haha, Andrew, you never fail to make me burst out in peals of laughter. Wow, thank you. Okay. Let's see here. So, Lumpy Dog says cheers. Good. Cheers to you too. There we go. There we go. Please do check out that Hans channel, Cornbread Wisdom, Veronica Loud's channel. That is my wife. Jerry says, what was the hardest Aquatasy video you've done? Wow. Some of them are hard because it's just a big editing chore. to get things done. Some of them are just very time consuming. Videos like glass or acrylic was a very time consuming video. There was a lot of motion graphics in that and everything. Some of the Aquatasy countdown videos, those were hard just because, again, there's a lot of motion graphics, a lot of footage and photos, but also a lot of research in some of these things. Some of them are hard. When I did the Aquarium of the Bay profile, that was difficult just because it's like you want to make sure you've got a lot of source material and figuring out what to put where. Sometimes some of the simplest videos are very hard to do. When I do the Aquatasy quick take, the easy part is shooting it because I do it all in one take. That's why it's called a quick take. But then in post-production, I'm editing and I'm putting in little bits of public domain footage as humorous counterpoint to what's being said, and just searching through all that is hard to do. But I'll tell you actually what was the hardest video to do as far as just actually editing it and putting it together was the Revenge of the blooper reel. When I did the blooper reel, the most recent blooper reel, that was hard because I sifted through all this footage that I shot. And you guys don't understand, when I shoot these videos for you, I'm shooting hours and hours of stuff that gets edited down to just minutes. And the reason why is because, yes, I write scripts for these things, but I don't always memorize them. I don't practice. And if I was doing, or my wife, if we were doing a film or a television show or a commercial or something like that, we would learn our lines. We'd be off book. We wouldn't, we'd have it all memorized. But I don't always have time to do that. I steal a moment to record things. I usually record like after hours, after everybody else has gone to bed, so I'm not bothering anybody. And also it's quiet around here because here in the fabulous Aquatasy Studios, aka our former garage, you get street sounds, you get things like that. So I record it at around this time because that way it's quiet. But I don't always memorize things, so I make a lot of mistakes. So I archive everything. I don't throw any away. I don't delete any of the files. So I go through, and when I was doing that blooper reel, I went through just a couple of years worth of stuff to find the little nuggets of embarrassment so that I could present them to you guys, and then putting them all together into something that actually flowed and was interesting to watch was the really tricky part. So it was very rewarding afterwards to have that done, but that was probably the most difficult, the hardest one that I've done. So, and Candy says, Happy New Year. Oh, excuse me. Refill for the missus. Okay. Candy says, Happy New Year to you and yours. Thank you, Candy, and the same to you. Okay, and blessings to Caleb, too. We have 10 minutes. We have 7 minutes now. Look at that, 7 minutes. Woohoo! Oh, okay, you're over in the UK. What are you doing up at 4:47 in the morning? Oh my gosh, no, it's even less than that. We got 6 minutes here. What are you doing up so early? Or did you stay up all night? My gosh. Yes. Cheers to that. Thank you. Okay. Shelley says, blessings to you and your family. I really need to get some sleep. I'm just exhausted. Well, blessings to you too. Okay. And Paul says, let me add that your impeccable research, clever scripting, ad-libbing, and talking fish interaction makes Aquatasy so much fun to watch. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Lumpy Dog says, greatest hand actor on the Aquatasy channel. There we go. So, I was going to look at a countdown on my phone, and my phone died now, so I'll have to look at this. We have a clock on the wall here that has a second hand, I believe. Is that the second hand? Oh, good. Did you know I wear glasses? Yeah, I don't put them on most of the time because I'm a vain actor. So, all right. So, we do have a second hand up there, so I can check that out. We're getting close. 5 minutes. 5 minutes to go. 5 more minutes of this lousy, horrible year. Yes. We're going to finish this bottle. I don't know what our son and daughter are going to do. That's too bad. Well, you know, they could have gone out and gotten something for themselves. We have one more bottle. I'm just joking. So see, because we're going to open another bottle at midnight here for us. But anyway, so clear these scripts off my desk here so I can actually get to the keyboard. Aquarium Analytics says the video's efforts show the fact that you wear the suit for those kinds of things is amazing. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Well, you know, presentation is important. Actually, the honest truth, and my wife will probably back me up on this, is that the more dressed up I am, the more casual I feel. Both of us being actors, we're accustomed to wearing costumes, and some of the costumes that I feel the most comfortable with are like Victorian era costumes. I did a production of Alice in Wonderland once, stage production, and I played Lewis Carroll at the beginning of it, and then played the Mad Hatter and the Caterpillar in the regular show. I think I mentioned this in one of the live streams before, and I felt very comfortable in that frock coat and being all dressed up, and it was very nice. And so I've always said to her that you'll know when we win the lottery, because I'll go out and I'll be dressing like that all the time. So, there we go. So, because that's how I roll, dog. Okay, Jerry says, I also love the Cornbread Wisdom channel. Yes, absolutely, yes. Check out my wife's channel, Cornbread Wisdom. Link on the Aquatasy page. Yeah. So, 2 minutes to go. Wow. Lumpy Dog wants to know, how many times have you seen the Rocky Horror Show? Once. Didn't care for it. Sorry. This wasn't my thing. It just, I don't know. It didn't click with me. And then of course now if you see it, it's a whole audience participation and all that stuff like that, and I couldn't get into it. I just didn't do much. Now I am a big Tim Curry fan. I think Tim Curry is an amazing actor. Still an amazing actor. This man had a stroke and he's still doing voice work, and he's still doing conventions and stuff. You know, fantastic. Loved him in Clue. Wonderful job. If you've never seen the movie Clue, you got to see that. Good thing it's just sparkling apple cider, which. So, all right. Let's see. Maria says, you should rock the glasses. I love to be able to see myself. Okay. And Susan says, got to go now. Got a phone call. Happy New Year to you all, and Andrew. Well, Happy New Year to you, Susan. Thank you for being here. Oh, wow, we're coming down the wire here. Here we go. Oh my, coming down here. It is almost time. Yes, I have to put on the cheaters so I can see the clock here. Are we ready? Five, four, three, two, one. Happy New Year! Woo! Happy New Year to you all. Sorry, there was supposed to be music playing. That's right. Thank you so much for joining me for this live stream. I hope you've enjoyed it. God bless There's your music. Thank you for being here for this. I pray that this year is a wonderful year for you and yours. I really appreciate everybody who watches this channel, who subscribes to this channel, who comes here for the live streams. Going to keep trying to make it worth your while for showing up. Thank you so much. And you know, if you want to help support this channel, there's you know, all kinds of stuff that you can do. You can get your Aquatasy t-shirt there, and Aquatasy mugs in various styles. And if things keep going, you know, the way they've been going here, you can even get an Aquatasy mask. But I really do appreciate it so much. Blessings to you all. Please have a safe, wonderful New Year day, and I will see you back here very, very soon. Okay? And until next time, blessings to you.